guys, you already know what it is. It's your girl Mallory with Hot 365 and the Hype Magazine. We in the building with Shine Cassidy. What's up?
Hey, you hear me? What's happening? Hey, it's a beautiful day in the neighborhood. You hear me?
So I'm like so excited. Like I seen you perform at I Lounge the other night and you like just blew my mind. Like I just
Yeah,
loved everything about you. So like I'm so excited right now that I get to do this interview with you.
yeah. Likewise, man. Likewise, y'all definitely some vibes. You feel me? I want to definitely connect with y'all for sure.
All right, so you out here doing your thing. Tell me a little bit about yourself.
So, from Dayton, Ohio. I got two kids, man. Girl, got a little family setting going on, so we doing well down here in Atlanta.
Okay.
And I played basketball all my life. Played in college at Central State University and Wilberforce University. You feel me?
Oh, okay.
Crossed Alpha 2014. You know what I mean? Got my MBA. So yeah, and I'm kind of here on my entrepreneur journey. Obviously with music, the nonprofit, the Cassidy Foundation, and a publishing company. I got Timeless Group Entertainment, which is a record label. So yeah, I'm
Okay.
just kind of busy, just kind of balancing some things in the midst of creating, being a creative.
So you out here educating and creating. Like you so dope. Like one thing I noticed about you
Yeah.
is your promotion. You have all your promotional tools. Like I really love that. You had the bracelets, you had the
Hmm.
signage. Oh my God, it was so easy to find
Yeah.
you online. Like that's something a lot of artists they don't have. They don't know how to promote themselves. They don't know how to market yourself. Tell me how did you get to this point? Like what are some things you had to go through to learn how to market yourself and promote yourself? What's some advice you would give different artists?
I mean, I think I'll just tell them to, you have to become experts yourself. You know what I mean? Like I've
Mm,
paid thousands and thousands of dollars for, publicists and all this other stuff, but it's like this early in our career, they don't really have anything to manage. You know what I mean? So you just be paying them for nothing. I mean, I'm just
yeah.
being honest, and I have quite a few things going on, but it's really nothing for them to manage. So I would tell them
Hmm.
to get themselves a personal, a business manager, and pretty much all the other roles you have to pretty much fill in yourself. I mean, you can have people on your team, but it's really taken away from their experience and really getting your hands dirty because you have to know how to do these things yourself. You know what I mean? Obviously, this early in our career, we don't have a budget to pay a staff.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And people got other stuff that they have going on. So yeah, you get help every now and then, and I get help as well. But you can't depend on that. You know what I mean? You have to have your own sustainability, whether it's creating content, whether you're coming up with ideas for events or whatever it is that you have going on. You pretty much have to figure it out, your own and do some research. I spend hours and hours to like 6 in the morning,
Yes.
researching, reading books about, PR and how YouTube works, how all these different platforms work. So it's just really becoming an expert on my own. And it's really carved out a whole different business venture for myself to be able to do, social marketing and
Mhm.
PR and things like that. So, it's been a benefit.
That's very dope. That's very dope. So I know you told me, you went to school and you very educated. So what's the struggle of you being a creative and being so like and going to school and being educated like that? Because I know sometimes that's kind of hard being so creative. Was that a struggle you
Um,
going through school like that?
nah, I don't really, this is me personally. I invite,
Okay.
you know, being uncomfortable. I love being uncomfortable. If you're comfortable, you're not growing. So you know what I mean.
Right.
I love being in the position to where I have to push myself because I'll freak out honestly. Like I have ADHD. Like if I don't have anything to work on or an
You
objective,
sound like
I'll
me.
freak I'll freak out and feel like I feel like I'm a piece of crap. You feel me? I feel like I'm
Yeah, yeah.
the scum of the earth if I don't have something that I'm working on or something that I can be proud of. So you know what I mean? So it's just for me, I invite the struggle. I invite, I love failing.
Yeah.
If you don't fail, you don't get a chance to correct, to get better, to understand where your faults are. So if you're not failing, you're not trying. And that's really
You're not
important.
trying.
Mm-hmm.
No, because you definitely gonna fail 1,000 times before you get it
You
right.
have to. You have to. Failing is a blessing and accomplishment because it's like a lot of people don't have the opportunity to fail. So they don't even know where to
Say it
start,
again.
and you're already ahead of them in that sector or whatever it is.
Definitely, definitely. So, I know you moving around. What's some things you got going on? Like some shows, anything, any artists you working with?
Yeah, I have a few things going on. I have my project coming up on. I'm dropping on the
Okay.
24th, the EP. Love Me Not, and
Okay.
it's more of a sequel to the first two records that I dropped. So, I got a couple videos for it. Got a Busy Made. He's a guy that produced Motion. It's one of the records that I
Okay.
performed at I Lounge, which is
Yeah, I
doing
really
very,
love
very
it.
well right now. I got Re-Rock. Just a few different producers, few really, really talented producers that are on this project. I've been having like 3 or 4 walkthroughs a week. So I've been at IQ, oh no, my bad, at HQ Live. Of course, I've
Okay.
been doing the I Lounge. I've been at a Sahara Lounge. Just a few different places that I've been getting invited to on a weekly basis to kind of show my face, kind of bring the crowd through, and we're collaborating pretty much in harmony right now.
You're definitely a vibe. You're definitely a vibe. So I know
Yeah.
you're from Ohio. What brought you to Atlanta?
Yeah, hey, big man. Look, I'm from Dayton, Ohio. Look, so check me out. So, after I graduated for undergrad, I moved to Virginia. So
Okay.
my girl had just had my son, Sean Michael, and as soon as I graduated, I moved down there with her parents for like 3 months. Ended up getting a really cool job down there in Virginia, and then spent the year there. Transferred from Virginia down to Atlanta, and where I live
Hmm.
in Dunwoody right now, which is like it was really close to my job. So we came
Okay.
down about 9 months, not a lot, about 3 months before we moved down, and just look scope the area out and end up moving in the Dunwoody area, and it's just a business. Obviously in the
Yeah.
nature of business that we're in, I mean, you can be as talented as all get out, but if it's just not the market, it's like opening a McDonald's
Right.
on a country road. You know what I mean? It's like who you know what I mean? Or open up a Lamborghini dealership, in the country. You know what I mean? So it's like, it's cool and the product can be awesome, but you have to know your market. You have to understand, what people you need to rub shoulders with. And, in Atlanta, it's so many creatives that move
Yes,
down here. This is Hollywood of the East, man. So many creatives move down here
definitely.
for opportunity. And people, everybody's so
Definitely.
hungry down here. You know what I mean? Because it's like you either sink or swim, man. You move down here and think it's sweet.
So
You know what
do.
I mean? People think it's, you
Mm-mm.
can't be green down in Atlanta. So it's I've been loving it, man. It's been really really been a growing experience for me, my family, my team. It's where I met my team at. Shout out to Hari, House of Fresh, Drummer Boy. This is where I collaborated with all those people. So
Okay. Okay. So where do you see yourself in like 5 years?
5 years, I see myself. I see my Cassidy Ford Foundation thriving. So many things I want to do with it. So many programs I want to get started for the community. I
Well,
want to take
tell
a
us a
lot of
little
that back.
something about it.
I'm sorry.
Tell us a little something about it.
Oh yeah, so the Cassidy Ford Foundation is a foundation that's basically built upon the forward progress of Black people and minorities, right? No matter
Okay.
race, gender, you know what I mean. It's really like people that come from situations where they don't really have hope, right? So that's us coming in to try to have food drives, clothes drives, different events to get big speakers, keynote speakers in, and people in our communities that have gotten to the next level be able to reach back, because a lot of people, they have these awesome ideas, but they don't really have a platform or know how to do it. So it really comes down to me
Right.
just, chopping it up with somebody and say, hey, you have any ideas? And they're like, oh man, I got this great idea. And because I have the
Mm-hmm.
nonprofit, we can just draft the proposal and make it happen. So it's just really, me growing up, I didn't really have any mentors besides, me playing basketball and like my trainers and my coaches. So, it's
Mm-hmm.
just really a whole mentorship program that I want to expand globally. You know what I mean? For us to, like I said, be able to reach back into those communities and really leave our footprint. You know what I mean? It's like this music stuff is cool, but it's really just a vessel to reach the people that you want to reach to,
It really is.
for the bigger purpose, right? So that's kind of what I'm on. You know, I see, you know, me having a few, you know, real estate investments, you know, having some things set out. I definitely want to, you know, dive into the crypto world. I have some, you know, getting some NFTs, the whole NFT world, and you know, it's a lot. But my main thing is really the nonprofit. Like that's my real focus is, you know, mental health and wellness awareness, you know, in the Black community. You know, focusing on, you know, young black men. We are always looked at as like, you know, superheroes. Like we're looked at as weak or vulnerable if we even have a conversation about, you know, what we're going through, and we don't really have anybody to reach out to. So this is what I really want to, you know, to kind of live through, to, you know, serve that purpose.
That's really dope. We need more people like you out here. We need more positivity because, as you know, the music scene, it can be a lot of negative things going on. A lot of music that's on the radio right now is negative and stuff like that. So we need a more positive influence from our Black leaders, our Black artists. How do you feel about that? Like the music that's going on right now?
I mean, I think it's just, you know, in this creative form. You know, a lot of people, they haven't been, you know, pre-exposed just to some of the things that I've been through, as far as not like in a life setting, you know what I mean? Because everybody has their own journey, their own path, but more so of just having just the urge to figure out how I can leave my footprint. You know, here, you know, long after I'm gone, what legacy am I leaving behind besides just music? You know what I mean? Because like if you walk up, you know, into a room full of billionaires and you're like, I'm a musician, like that's not cool. Like you're the little guy. That's not, you're not cool. You know what I mean? Like, you know, you may be worth 10 to 15 million, 20 million, but in the grand scheme of things, like what can you really do? Like you're not really wealthy, you're rich. You know, you really can't, you know, you really can't do too much for the world, you know, without trying to pull everything together. So I think, you know, I just want to use my monetary gain to really be able to, you know, move mountains. And obviously with, you know, the great people that I built around me, shout out to Beverly. She's my COO of of the Cassidy Ford Foundation. And she's really making everything happen right now. She's freaking awesome. Like she's been doing it for, you know, 2 or 3 years, you know, working with different radio stations, working with Mark Baker. You know, he's a city councilman down there in South Fulton. He's actually running right now. So, you know what I mean? Just really putting together political power, you know, for the community. I think that's one of the biggest things that we lack. You know, I was talking to somebody on the internet and it was like, man, Joe Rogan said this, bro. And I'm like, y'all on here bitching and doing all this stuff, but like, what are y'all actually doing for the community? You know what I mean? Like, what have you done for Black people? And you on here just talking about like, he can't do that and they're abusing power. Like, bro, what the fuck they got to do with what you're doing for the community? Like, they don't matter what another man is doing, as long as you are putting your personal investment into the community. Don't none of that stuff matter, but it's 2022. You know what I'm saying? If you still feel oppressed, it's because you're not doing anything, and you know you're not. And that's all that they can do to try to hurt you. You know what I mean? It's like, for me, you know, I'm like, man, if we get this political power together, we get in some seats, you know, we get in office, we get some of our Black people in the Black community to be police officers, you know, deputies, because most of these deputies and these officers, 90% of them don't even live in the county the city that they're actually patrolling. So why would they care? You feel me? And how you gonna keep on getting mad? You know, somebody's doing something, and you know, you can't do anything. All this, you know, marching and all this bullshit, that's not gonna do nothing, bro. You have to be empowered, bro. You have to have a position of power to have authority to really make things happen. And I think that's what we're really need to, you know, focus on as a community. And that's a part of the, you know, Cassidy Ford Foundation, again, is moving forward.
That's a fact. And you're only 25, right? How old are you? 25?
I'm 26. Yep.
Okay, you're 26. Yes, you're so young with all this knowledge. That's so dope.
I'm trying. I'm trying.
That's hella dope.
Yeah.
So, what else you got popping this month? Anything in Atlanta? Any shows? Anything?
I'm kind of like, I have, again, just like my few walkthroughs that I'm doing right now. I'm really trying to just focus on gearing up for this release. Honestly, it's just so much to actually put together when you want to do it the right way. So many people you have to get on the same track. So, I mean, that's honestly the fun part. You know what I mean? But like I said, really just gearing up for the 24th. I'm having uh, EP release party at House of Fresh at 7 o'clock on the 24th. That's a Thursday. And the EP is actually dropping at 12 a.m. that day. So it'll be already out during the actual single, the EP release party. And in collaboration with the Cassidy Ford Foundation, we're going to be accepting donations. I got my wristbands right here. So, it says, I am.
I got mine.
You feel me? It says, I am. You know what I mean? So I have, it says, I am. And every day you put something positive in there. About yourself, put something in there that, a daily affirmation in there for yourself, to remind yourself how special you are. It's like a reminder that you loved yourself that day. So, always giving those out.
The inside say something? What's the inside say?
The inside says you're not alone. So if you're going through something, you see people out. It's like 30,000 people that have these bracelets. I've been doing this since like 2015. But it's just a reminder that, you're not in this alone. Like somebody's out there thinking about you, somebody cares about you, and you haven't met them yet. And, you got to have that same compassion, for yourself. Because if you don't have compassion for yourself, how you going to have compassion for somebody else? You know what I mean? And it's really just being okay with suffering and, being at home with your suffering, because that's who you are as a person. You know what I mean? A lot of us are running away from who we are. And that's a part of our identity. Those things that we went through, those traumatic events, that is who we are, as a part of who we are. So we have to, listen to that. And, we have to be comfortable with our suffering. Because again, peace is at home, and at home is our suffering. So, that's pretty much what the wristbands and the nonprofits about as well.
Yep, definitely. So I really think you're really dope. Like, and we already got you in rotation on the radio station.
You hear me?
So I can't wait for you to drop that EP so we can get that in rotation. You already know. We got you rocking. Of course, our radio station is based in St. Louis.
Okay.
So, yeah, I'm down here in Atlanta, but the whole station is in St. Louis. So I be down here moving around, networking, doing it for the city. So, yeah. You got to come through St. Louis.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm already knowing.
We definitely going to make it for real. So what's some of the markets you done tapped into?
You said what?
Markets you done tapped into?
I mean, so many for real, especially, with the internet, the internet kind of do its own thing, with streaming. So, I actually have a large following in Germany.
That's dope.
It's a country in South Africa, Canada, mess with me real tough. You got LA, Detroit, Houston, Cleveland, Dayton, Cincinnati, New York, Miami. It just kind of depends on what I drop and what content I'm focusing on that month. And like the people honestly just gravitate towards it. So, I kind of have a good idea what my target market is, looking at all the data. So that should definitely be interesting for the rest of the year. I got so much data since my release in August. I got like over 500,000 streams and views on YouTube and all types of stuff on it. So yeah, the market has definitely grown in the past 4-5 months.
That's dope, man. So I'm just like, I'm really like just excited, and like I'm so proud of you. Like I know I've just met you and everything, but like for you to be 26 and have all these accomplishments, like this is really dope. Like, and like you should be very proud of that. Yeah.
I'm always really hard on myself, man. I underestimate a lot of stuff that I do just to keep myself going, so I don't just become, too proud of what's going on or complacent. You know what I mean? I like to just kind of keep my foot on the pedal and let, the actual accomplishments speak for themselves. You know what I mean?
Okay, so when you're not working on your music and taking care of the kids, what you like to do? What's your hobby?
Honestly, be at home for real, and work. Like working is my hobby. Like I really replaced all of my TV watching and all my leisure to working. Like, you know what I mean? If I'm not
Okay.
spending time with the kids or going on walks with the kids or chilling with my girl, you feel me? I'm working. Like, I don't even go out anymore for I'll trust me, I party
Uh-huh.
hard the first 2 years I came out here. Like every night. Like every night. I'm
Yes.
trying to tell you, like every night it was like a birthday. So, you know, so luckily I got a lot of that energy washed out. A lot of that newcomer to Atlanta energy, washed out. So I just really, like I said, just been finding ways to get better. Like I'm obsessed with working. I'd be up to 6 in the morning, just sitting on YouTube trying to figure out how to do things and how to become, better at this and how to be more efficient at this. So, you know,
Mhm.
that's really what I do. Like I said, spending time with my family is like my peace. So, I want to just come home sometime and just chill with my kids, let them jump all on my head. You feel me? Lay up. I think that's the best part of all this, for real, for real.
Oh, that's so dope. Well, it was so dope talking with you today. Like, and I'm so
Yeah.
glad you tapped in with us. We from St. Louis to ATL, so you already know we doing big things out here. And y'all
Yeah.
already know it's your girl Mallory from Hot
Yeah.
365 and the Hype Magazine. I'm here with Sean Cassidy. Anything you want to say to the people before we get off of here?
Man, I just want to say thank y'all so much for tapping in with me, wanting to collaborate. Y'all are awesome. You're awesome. You're such a vibe. I definitely want whoever, anyone that wants to collaborate on the nonprofit side, mental health awareness. You have any ideas or any ambitions to do, give back to the community, definitely hit me up. I'm pretty sure she's gonna have all of my metadata
Yep.
inside of the post. So, just click on IamSeanCassidy.com, all my social media. Again, I am Sean Cassidy. I just want to hear from y'all, man. I want to interact. I want to work. And yeah, until next time, till I pull up to St. Louis, you hear me?
You already know. Pull up, pull up. Thank you
Yeah,
so much.
yeah,
I
absolutely.
holla.
Yeah.
Deuces.